Hi everyone, I'm Zoe. This is going to be a Hatha style yoga class, so grab your mat, a towel or blanket, 2 blocks or books, and let's get started. Once you have your equipment, you can find a comfortable seat, either on a block, on your blanket, or right on the mat. Once you arrive, just start to land here. Let your sit bones, your hips, your legs feel heavy on the mat. Let gravity pull you down to the earth. You can let your eyes fall closed here or gaze at a point on the ground in front of you. If you start to feel like you're crunching forward or collapsing from the torso, let's take a big inhale together and let the air in your lungs float your torso up to the sky like a balloon. So inhale all the way up, and then exhale, let your vertebrae stack one on top of the other in a nice, tall, straight spine. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, reach up towards the sky with the crown of your head. Exhale, let your vertebrae stack one on top of the other. One more time. Inhale to float up like a balloon, and exhale, land in a comfortable seat. Good. From here, from your belly button, start to draw little circles through space with your torso. They can be little, and then maybe get bigger. See if you can let your breath guide your motion. So inhale through one half of the circle, and exhale through the bottom half of the circle. Inhale and exhale, just drawing little circles through space with your torso. On your next exhale, you can pause and then go around in the other direction. So you can leave your sit bones, your legs, your hips resting firmly on the ground. Just move your torso around in a circle. And on your next inhale, you can pause and find stillness in the spine. We'll just keep the movement going up. So inhale, grow tall through the crown of your head up towards the sky, and exhale, let your right ear fall down towards your right shoulder. Inhale to turn your nose up towards the sky. Exhale to let your nose fall down towards the mat. Inhale your nose back towards middle. And then when you exhale, let your chin fall down towards your collarbone. Then draw a little circle all the way across the top of your chest with your chin until your left ear comes towards your left shoulder. Here, inhale and look up at the sky. Exhale, look down at the ground. Inhale, back towards middle. And as you exhale, let your chin fall down towards your chest on this side. And draw another circle over towards the other side. You can keep going with these circles, just moving at the pace of your own breath. And your exhales guide your chin down towards the center of your chest. And then your inhales bring your ear back up towards your shoulder. And while you're here, I invite you to think back to a recently completed challenge, a problem you recently got through, a trial you recently endured, some difficulty that you faced and got through. Just bring that to mind. It can be anything from finally finding a parking spot in a crowded parking lot, or maybe you just completed your PhD. Just any problem that you recently got through, just bring that to mind. On your next inhale, you can Extend the crown of your head up towards the sky, a nice long still spine. And then inhale, reach your fingertips all the way up overhead. And then exhale, twist from your belly button over towards your left knee. And just let your arms fall down to the ground. Maybe they land on the earth, maybe they land on your knee. And then just look over towards your left. Inhale to grow tall through your spine, then exhale to twist just 1 millimeter further over towards the left. One more inhale here, and exhale to twist just a little bit more. And our next inhale, reach your fingertips back up, swivel all the way back towards middle, and then over to the other side. So twist from your belly button over to the right. Your hands can fall on the mat, maybe on your knee, maybe behind you. And just look over towards your right. Inhale to grow tall through your spine. Exhale to twist just a little bit more. One more round of breath here. And then your next inhale, pick your fingertips back up towards the sky, and then exhale back down towards the left. Take one round of breath here. And then on your next inhale, reach back up towards middle and exhale back down to the right. So you can keep going with these gentle twists, just at the pace of your own breath. Just a couple more. And think back to that recently identified problem or challenge that you got through. And see if you can identify one inner strength, one inner virtue, one blessing, one gift that helps get you through that challenging time. Maybe you have a whole list of strengths and it's tough to choose, or maybe you feel like you got dragged through this one, kicking and screaming. If that's the case, maybe you can recognize that relationships are a strength. The ability to ask for help is a strength. Knowing when to take a break and rest is a strength. So just identify one positive attribute that helps get you through that challenging time. And then come back towards center, nice long straight spine. We'll take one more inhale here. Inhale to lift up, tall spine. Exhale to feel heavy through your seat. And your next inhale, you can roll over your shins, plant your hands on the mat, and step back into tabletop. So wrists under shoulders, your knees can be under your hips. Then inhale here to pull the crown of your head and your sacrum in opposite direction. So nice long spine, inhaling. And then on your exhale, pull your belly button in towards your spine, engage your core. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, grow long through your spine. Exhale, engage your core. On your next inhale, drop your belly, point your tailbone up towards the sky, look up. And then exhale, press the ground away, lift through the back of your heart, look down. Take another round here. Inhaling to get broad across your collarbones. And exhale, push the mat away. Inhaling to cow spine. And exhale, press up into cat. Take 2 or 3 more rounds at the pace of your own breath. Inhale to drop your belly, looking up. And exhale, lift through the back of your heart. On your next inhale, you can come back towards neutral, get long through your spine again, and then on your exhale, shift your hips over to the left and look over your left shoulder. Inhale, come back towards center. And then exhale down on the other side. Shift your hips over to the right, look behind you. Maybe you can see your tail wagging back there. Inhale back towards middle. Exhale, C shape over to your left. See if you can feel the right side of your body getting long on the outside curve of your C. Inhale back towards center. Exhale one more time over to the right. See if you can feel the left side of your body getting long. And then inhale, come back towards center. Good. If you have a block nearby, you can grab that and put it towards the top of your mat where you can reach. Then on your next exhale, let your weight pour down into your right hand and start to lift your left fingertips up. You can find a block with your hand at any level that's comfortable, or if this feels good, you can reach your left fingertips all the way up towards the sky. Big inhale here, twist open from your center. Then exhale, scoop your left fingertips down all the way around underneath. You can land your left shoulder down on the mat. Maybe your left ear finds the mat as well. You can stay here, or if this feels comfortable, you can stretch your right fingertips out long in front of you. Inhale to go long through your fingertips. Exhale, see if you can twist just 1 millimeter further open towards the right. Just take a few breaths here, going long when you inhale, and twisting just a little bit more as you exhale. One more round. And on your next inhale, you can slide your right hand back in under your shoulder if it's not there already. Press strong into your right hand and lift your left fingertips all the way back up to your block or the sky. Twist open, and then exhale. Your left hand can plant on the mat. Good. Other side, exhale, pour your weight down into your left hand this time and lighten up the weight in your right hand. Your fingertips can reach up, find a block, or reach all the way towards the sky. Twist open towards the right. And then as you exhale, scoop your right fingertips down and across. Land your right shoulder, maybe your right ear. And again, you can stretch those left fingertips out long in front of you. Inhale to grow apart. Exhale to twist open just a little more. One more round of breath. And as you inhale, slide your left hand back under your shoulder, press strong into your left hand, lift your right fingertips back up, twist open, and exhale. Land both hands back down on the mat. Good. From here, you can walk your knees back a little bit, just so you have room to come all the way down to your belly on the mat. You can land one ear or the other. Just take a moment here. Let yourself feel heavy on the earth. On your next inhale, maybe land your right ear down on the mat and extend your elbows out into a cactus shape. So your top of your arms are out to a T and you have a 90-degree bend in your elbows. And then pick up your left toes up towards the sky and inhale, lift your whole left leg up, and your left leg can find the earth behind you. Maybe you extend your leg back out, maybe you keep it bent. And then slide your left hand in under closer towards your shoulder. Maybe roll just a little bit further open onto your right shoulder. It's a little bit of opening in the torso. You don't need to push or crank yourself. Just roll open until you naturally stop. Take a few breaths here. Again, inhaling and exhaling at your own pace. You can let gravity do the twisting for you. One last round of breath. Then on your next inhale, you can slide your left arm back out, and then exhale, start to roll your lower body back down towards the mat. Good. We'll go to the other side. So your left ear can land down on the mat this time. Arms come out towards cactus shape. Then inhale, pick your right toes up off the mat, and then your whole right leg draws a big arc behind you. Your toes can find the mat either with a long leg out behind you, or you can keep a little kickstand bend in your knee if that's comfortable. Then slide your right hand in as well. Roll just a little bit further open on your left shoulder. Take some long breaths here. See if you can let gravity do the work of twisting for you. One more inhale. One more exhale. On your next inhale, you can slide your right hand away. As you exhale, roll all the way back down to the mat. Great. You can land either ear down on the mat or your forehead or chin if that's comfortable. Take another minute just to feel heavy on the mat and think back to that inner strength you identified earlier, that virtue or gift. And notice if you can feel where it lives in your body. If you think back on that strength, see if you can feel where it lives. Maybe it's in your heart. Maybe you hold it in your mind. Maybe you feel it deep down in your bones. Maybe you can breathe it in and breathe it out through the whole rest of your body. Or maybe you don't feel it at all. Just notice. And on your next inhale, peel your shoulders up off the mat. Keep the weight light in your hands. You don't need to press up. Just peel your upper body up just a few inches. Look down at the mat. Keep the back of your neck long. One long inhale here. And then exhale. Land your torso back down on the mat. Take one breath here. And then your next inhale again. Peel your upper body up off the mat. Long back of your neck. Weight light in your hands. And exhale. Land back down. One more time. Inhale to peel up. And then this time, if it's comfortable, you can start to walk your elbows in underneath your shoulders. Your hands can stay planted down into the mat, or you can clasp one hand in the other. Whatever's comfortable for you. And then press down into your forearms, into your hands. Look forwards. Press up and out of your torso so you're not collapsing down into your shoulders, but pressing up, lifting up, look forward. One more big breath here. Exhale, see if you can let your lower body be heavy in the earth. And exhale, you can walk your elbows out from underneath you, land back down on the earth. Good. Inhale, slide your hands in under your shoulders, press up, lift back up into tabletop. And then on your next inhale, stretch your left toes out long behind you, land them on the mat. You find a little back and forth motion here, energy out through your heel. Give yourself a little calf stretch. And then exhale, land your left knee back in line. And as you inhale, extend your right knee, your right leg out long behind you. Press your toes into the mat. Get a little back and forth movement, a little bit of a calf stretch. Good. And then on your next exhale, your right knee can land beside the left. Inhale again, left leg out long behind you. And then lift your left heel up in line with your spine. As you exhale, start to crunch under, pull your knee in towards your chest, and then plant your hand or your foot up between your hands. Good. You can leave your hands down on the mat, or you can use your blocks. Find a little back and forth motion here. Just warming up the hip socket, the hip joint. Notice how you feel today in your hip and your knees. Notice if there's any sticky points of tension or soreness or lightness, warmth. And then on your next inhale, contract some energy between your front foot and your back knee. So you don't need to move anything, but just feel the energy sort of gather into your center and use that to lift yourself up strong. Nice. Good. If this feels a little uncomfortable in your back knee, you can use your blanket or towel to find a little knee cushion, or you can roll up the back of your mat. Find a little more support under your knee. Great. Once you're here, inhale to go long through your upper body up towards the sky, and then exhale, sink your hips down towards the mat. It's okay if your knee goes over your front toes. Just let yourself sink forward. Again, you can find your blocks under your hands for a little more balance, or your fingertips can find the earth. Inhale to grow long and tall through your upper body, and exhale, let your hips sink just a little further forwards. Good. One more inhale here. If you're using your blocks, press up out of your shoulders. And exhale, sink just a little further towards the mat. And then on your next inhale, press strong through your front leg till you come back up towards neutral. And then keep going, extending through your front leg. Walk your hands behind you, maybe your blocks behind you. Reach your left toes up towards the sky. Inhale to go long to your chest. Exhale, fold forward over your front leg. Inhale one more time to grow long. Exhale, fold just a little further forwards. Maybe pull a little contraction from your front heel in towards your knee. Keep a little bend in your front knee. And then your next inhale, plant your hands. Find a comfortable way to sweep your knee back into tabletop. Good. This time, go long through your right toes out behind you. Then lift your right heel up towards the sky. Then pull your knee in towards your chest. Step your foot up in between your hands. Find some motion here. Notice if this side is different than the other side. On your next inhale, pull energy in towards the center, lift up strong with your upper body. And then exhale, sink your hips down towards the mat. You can find blocks with your hands. Maybe land your hands on your front knee or on your hips. Inhale to go tall through your torso. Exhale, let gravity pull you a little closer in towards the mat. One more breath here to go long and tall. Exhale, let yourself sink a little further forwards. On your next inhale, press strong through your front leg, and keep going all the way back into half splits. Lift your right toes up towards the sky. Get long through your torso, and then fall over your front knee. Keep a bend in your knee. Maybe pull some contraction in towards the center on this side. One more round of breath here. And then plant firmly into your hands. Sweep your knee back into tabletop. From here, either widen on your knees or keep them in close together. You can land a block underneath your sit bones if that's comfortable, or just let your hips fall all the way down towards your heels. Walk your hands out long on the mat. Land your forehead down on the ground. You can stack your forearms underneath your forehead or reach out behind you to hold your feet or your heels. Or you can bend from your elbows and let your thumbs come to rest on the back of your neck. Let's find your child's pose, your balasana. Inhale, let your back body expand up towards the sky. And exhale, let everything get heavy on the mat. your next inhale, walk your hands in under your shoulders. Come up to a seat on your heels, and then keep going. Walk your hands out behind you. Your fingertips can point out to the side or in towards your toes. Then inhale as you lift up from your hips. Lift your heart up to the sky. Look up. Baby camel. And exhale. Sink your hips back down to your heels. Walk your hands forward. Find your child's pose. One round of breath here. Then your next inhale, walk your hands in and behind you. Lift up strong, press down through your hands, down to the tops of your feet. Look up. Land back down, walk forward into child's pose. Take a couple more rounds, the pace of your own breath as you inhale. Press down to lift up into baby camel. And as you exhale, let your hips sink down. Let your torso fold down towards the earth. I think maybe the most famous fact about camels is that they store fat in their humps, and they're able to metabolize this fat and extract the water from it. And this is why camels are such good desert animals, is because they can kind of make their own water and sustain themselves on long, dry desert journeys just by using the water that they already have inside them. Okay, the next time you find yourself in child's pose, you can land here. Take a full round of breath. Let yourself get heavy into the earth. And then on your next inhale, you can lift your hips up, come back into tabletop. Good. Inhale, stretch your left toes out on the mat behind you. And then lift your left heel up towards the sky. And then this time, get a little C shape from the beginning on your left side. Hug your knee in close to your shoulder, and then step your left foot up beside your hands on the outside of your mat. Your toes can spin out to the side or stay long. And inhale, press strong into your hands, lift up out of your torso. Exhale, let your hips sink down towards the mat. You can come down to your blocks or stay pressed up tall. Or if this is comfortable, you can come all the way down to your forearms. You can let your knee fall out wide to the side or hug it in close to your shoulder. Just notice if you can arrive at stillness here, or if your body needs some movement. Just take a few rounds of breath here in lizard. On your next inhale, press strong into your hands, walk your hands back and under your shoulders, and then crawl your left toes all the way over to the right side of your mat. Lay your shin bone down on the ground. You can readjust your back knee. And again, press down to grow tall through your torso. And then as you exhale, let your hips sink down, and then walk your hands out in front of you. You can come down onto your blocks or all the way down on the mat. And then maybe your forehead can rest on your forearms or all the way down on the ground. Take a few rounds of breath here in pigeon. Long breaths all the way down into your pelvis, all the way up. One more round of breath here. And then on your next inhale, walk your hands back and under your shoulders. Press strong into your hands. Lift up, slide your knee back in line. The other into tabletop. You can grab your blocks and then lift up into a kneeling pose. Plant your blocks behind you, by your feet. You can curl your toes under or leave your feet pressed flat on the mat. Inhale, reach your right fingertips up towards the sky, and exhale, drop your left fingertips down towards your left heel. Maybe you find your back of your left leg. Maybe you can reach onto your heel. Maybe you find a block with your hand. Inhale, lift your heart up towards the sky. Exhale to tilt backwards just a little bit more. Inhale to reach with your fingertips over. Exhale to sink just a little further forwards, half camel. Your next inhale, press strong into your foot, strong into the block. Use your core to lift yourself up and come back down into tabletop. Good, we'll go to the other side. Inhale, stretch your right toes out long behind you on the mat, and then lift your right heel up in line with your spine. Exhale to get a C shape on the right side. Curl your knee in towards your shoulder, squeeze it in, and then step your foot out to the outside of your mat, the outside of your hands. Inhale, press strong into your hands, and exhale, let your hips sink down heavy towards the earth. Find your lizard on this side. Notice if it feels different than the other side. Take a few rounds of breath here. And on your next inhale, walk your hands back in under your shoulders. Press strong down into the mat. And walk your right toes all the way over to the left side. Lay your shin bone down. Readjust your back knee. Stretch it out long behind you. Inhale, press strong into the mat. Lift up through your torso. And exhale, and let yourself sink down heavy over your front knee. Come down to blocks or your forearms, where your head can find the earth. A few long breaths here, all the way down into your pelvis, all the way back out. One more round of breath. And on your inhale, press strong into your hands, lift your torso back up, then press up strong, slide your knee back in towards tabletop. I'm going to spin around this side. And move your blocks back towards your heels on this side, and come up into a kneeling position. This time, sweep your left fingertips up towards the sky, and reach your right fingertips back down towards your heel or the block or your foot. Inhale to reach your heart up towards the sky. Exhale, spill backwards just a little bit more. Inhale, reach your fingertips long over your ear. Exhale, maybe let your neck relax. And your next inhale, press strongly down with your back hand, strong through your core, lift back up. Come back into tabletop. Then you can separate your knees wide apart or keep them close in. You can find your block underneath your sit bones. Let your head, your forehead come down to the mat. Find your child's pose. Inhale to feel your back body expand up towards the sky. And exhale, let yourself be heavy on the mat. Tune back into that strength, gift, value you identified earlier. Notice again if you can find where it lives in your body. And if it's hard to find, maybe you can imagine a warm, light blanket made of that strength, that value, that gift. See if you can imagine that blanket covering you up from fingers to toes. See if you can let it soak in. You can inhale it into your body and exhale it through every cell. Just notice how it feels when you bring that strength to mind. Notice the sensations. And then on your next inhale, walk your hands in towards your knees. Come back up into kneeling. Again, you can plant your blocks behind you near your feet. And you can roll your toes underneath or keep your feet pressed flat into the mat. Inhale, this time reach both fingertips up towards the sky. And then exhale, sweep your fingertips down to the ground. Come back behind you and land your hands on your heels, on your blocks, on your feet. Inhale to lift your heart all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, let yourself fold backwards just a little bit more. More inhale here. Lift up through your heart. Exhale to fold backwards just a little bit more. Then your next inhale, feel strong through your core, press up through your blocks, and come to have a seat on your heels. Inhale here, sweep your fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, pivot from your belly button over to the right. Let your hands fall down to your mat or your outside of your knee. Look over towards the right. Inhale to go long through your spine. Exhale. Twist just a little bit more. Your next inhale, reach your fingertips up and swivel all the way over to the left. Let your hands fall down to the mat or your knee. Inhale to go tall up through your spine, and exhale, pivot just a little bit more. Your next inhale, reach your fingertips back up towards middle, swivel back. Exhale, lift back up into kneeling. One more camel. Roll your toes under, keep your feet flat on the floor. Find your blocks by your feet. And then inhale, reach your fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, sweep your fingertips back. Land your hands on your feet, on your heels, on the blocks. Lift your heart up. Look for that strength inside you. Feel it like water in the camel. One more breath here. Ustrasana, camel pose. And then strong through your core, strong press up, come back, have a seat on your heels. Great. Inhale, sweep your fingertips up toward the sky, and then exhale, let your right hand come down towards the mat. Reach your left fingertips over your ear. Make a little C shape down towards the ground on the right. Inhale, get long through your fingertips. Exhale, maybe slide your right hand a little further away. Inhale, you can look up at your elbow or look down at the ground. Your next inhale, come all the way back up and down to the other side. Land your left hand on the ground. You can slide your hand away and reach your right fingertips over your ear. Look up and down. Feel yourself get long through your side body. And your next inhale, come all the way back up. And then roll your slide your hips to one side or the other. Extend your legs out long on the mat. You can move your blocks out of your way. And let yourself roll all the way down, vertebra by vertebra, until you come to rest down on the mat. Good. Let your right leg lay out long on the mat and reach your left foot all the way up towards the sky. You can wrap your hands around behind your leg, or maybe reach up and grab onto your shin. So inhale, extend energy up through your left heel towards the ceiling. As you exhale, let the gravity pull your leg a little closer in towards your chest. No need to squeeze or crank it in. Just let it fall. Let the weight of your hands help guide it in. Inhale again, reach energy up to the sky. And exhale, let your leg fall in towards your chest. One more round of breath here. On your next exhale, let your left knee bend in. You can transfer your hands to the outside of your shin. Give it a little hug in towards your chest. And then use your hands, guide your left knee all the way across your body over to the right. You can find a block and place it under your knee. You can just let your knee come all the way down to the ground. Inhale, extend your Left fingertips out long on the mat or up into cactus. Look over to your left. Inhale to stretch out long through your spine. As you exhale, let gravity twist you a little further open. Another couple rounds of breath here. And you can use your hands to guide your knee back in towards center. Give it one last hug in, and then lay that leg out long on the mat. Inhale, lift your right leg up towards the sky. Wrap your hands around your leg or reach up to your calf. Shoot energy up to the sky through your foot, and then relax your leg, let it fall down into your chest. Inhale as you grow out long through your foot, and exhale. Snuggle your leg a little bit closer in. And next exhale, you can bend deeply into your right knee. Transfer your hands to the outside of your leg, and then give it a little squeeze in. And use your hands to help guide your leg all the way over to the other side. Your knee can land on the earth or on a block. And stretch your fingertips out long to the right. Look over your right shoulder. Inhale as you get long through your center axis. And exhale. Let yourself twist, open. Take one more round of breath here. And you can use your hands to guide your knee back into its center, roll all the way down. Give your knee a last little hug in, and then plant your right foot down on the ground. You can slide your left foot in to meet it, so both feet are on the ground, your knees are bent. You can walk your feet out to the edge of your mat and let the backs of your hands fall to the earth into cactus shape. On your next exhale, let both of your knees fall down towards the left side. It's okay if they don't land all the way on the ground. Just let them be heavy. And inhale, you can lift your knees back up towards middle. And as you exhale, just let them fall down towards the right. Take a few more rounds of windshield wiper at your own pace. Lift your knees up towards middle as you inhale. And then let them fall down towards one side or the other as you exhale. Next time you find yourself with your knees pointed up towards center, you can pause there. And then pick your feet up. The bottoms of your feet reach up towards the sky. You can reach with your hands up towards your feet. Maybe grab onto your shins or backs of your thighs. Just give yourself a little rock back and forth here. Maybe you roll one knee around in one direction and then the other. Maybe you roll your ankles in one direction and then the other. Go rock side to side. A little sacrum massage. Happy baby. And you can use your hands to guide your feet together, almost like prayer position for your feet. And then with your hands under your knees, gently lay your feet together down on the mat. Just supine bound angle. If your blocks are handy, you can slide them under your knees for a little more support, or just let your legs fall down heavy towards the earth. Just find a comfortable opening of your hips here. And you can let your hands fall down to the earth or onto your legs. Maybe one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. Take a long breath here, all the way down into your pelvis. And exhale all the way out. And just maybe find a little moment of gratitude for yourself for getting you through every single challenge you've ever faced. If you're here right now, you made it through. Just feel a little moment of gratitude for everything inside you that's gotten you through all those challenging times, all those deserts you've crossed. Just take a moment to say thank you. And then when you're ready, you can stretch out one foot out long on the mat and then the other. You can let the backs of your hands come down towards the earth. Find your Shavasana. Then we'll take one last breath together. Inhale all the way down into your belly. Exhale all the way out. See if you can let yourself feel heavy on the mat. Notice all the places where the ground is touching you and supporting you along the backside of your body. And see if you can let yourself be held. See if you can let yourself be supported by the earth. Just take a few minutes here. And then bring your attention down into your fingers and toes. And slowly wake your body up. Gentle, unhurried movements. And slowly make your way back up into a seat, any way that's comfortable for you. And once you find a seat, you can let your eyes fall closed or keep a soft gaze down at the ground. Inhale to go long through your spine up towards the sky. Exhale, let your spine stack one on top of the other. Nice tall seat. And then place one hand on your heart and the other hand on top. And let your chin fall down towards your chest. Take a little moment to thank yourself for practicing today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope to see you next time.